Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to episode 4 of the Noob to Pro journey in anime Vanguards. And the goal of today's episode is to basically get all of the meta units that I can get in banner evolved that I don't have already. So I have a couple of them already that I went ahead and evolved in previous episodes, but there is still one or two that I do need to go ahead and evolve in this video. But before we do get into that, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and only you guys can make that possible. It's been a lifelong dream of mine to hit 10,000 subscribers, and once I hit it, I'll be giving away a lot of stuff, and it also helps me improve the quality of my content. And guys, it's free, it doesn't cost you any money, and it puts a big smile on my face, because I was actually checking my analytics and realized that over 90% of you guys aren't even subscribed to my channel. So if you can subscribe, it does really help. And if you can also go ahead and drop a like on the video to help out with the YouTube algorithm to push my channel further abroad. But enough of my yapping, let's get straight on into the video. Okay guys, in today's video, like I said in the intro, we have a couple goals, and that is to get the meta units that we can get that aren't obviously the secret units or the Vanguard units and stuff like that. Basically the ones you can get from the banner. Okay, there's two mythicals that I haven't actually got who are in the very highest tier, except for Sun Jin-woo's. Okay, the very highest tier of the meta. So if you went ahead and watched the last video, if you haven't, I would highly suggest you go ahead and watch it, because we got extremely lucky and went ahead and got our first monarch of the series. But the units that we don't indeed have, basically we don't have evolved, that are also classed as meta, is Ichigo over here, which we did get in the last episode, but we had to sacrifice him into Aizen. So he is going to be a top priority because he does help out Aizen a lot, and also he is just a very, very good unit. And then we've got this guy here. Okay, I do not know how to say his name, so let me know down in the comments how to say his name, and what he's from, and whether I should watch the anime or not. But I've heard that he is actually a pretty good support unit, but he also is pretty good himself. So these are going to be the two characters we are going to mainly be focusing on today. We will probably reroll a little bit on them, but not too much, just because I'm currently saving all of my rerolls for a video that I'm hoping I can get out after this one. But it all depends on how lucky I can get with the winter event. So if you guys do know what I mean when I say that, then you guys know what should be coming very, very soon. It's got a lot to do with summoning. Okay, so let's go ahead and check what we need to go ahead and evolve both of these guys. We're going to try and get the best stats on them possible, but I have also been stockpiling a lot of stars, so stars shouldn't be an issue. So for this one, we need to get the Horn of Salivation, which is from the legend stage. And then for the other guy, what else do we need to go ahead and get? So if we go down to this guy down here, what we need to get is we need to get the Blade of Death, and I'm not too sure where we get the Blade of Death from. It's most likely either crafted. Yeah, okay, so we have to go ahead and craft it. So what we're going to go ahead and do actually right now is we can craft this straight away. And then if we go on over here, and if we look at this guy, we can see that we are able to go ahead and evolve him. But what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go ahead and get some worthiness on him, unless I have any characters that I can go ahead and stat transfer from. Right, okay. What's really, really unlucky is I remember when the game first came out, okay, you were able to stat transfer from any units. Okay, I could be wrong, but from what I remember, you were able to stat transfer from any units. So yesterday, I went and re-rolled some stat chips on this rare down here, and we got godly range. I went to stat transfer it to my Aizen and realized you can't. So if we go ahead and look through here, we have a Z damage there, we have some A's here. This is the best one, which is probably what I'm going to put onto Ichigo. And then if we do look around, we haven't really got the best stats. We got the full S Gojo, which is pretty cool. We've got no stats on these guys, but okay, so that means what we're going to have to go ahead and do is we're going to have to go and get some potential on this guy as well. But the thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is jump on over into the story mode. We're going to run on over here, and we're going to look at the legend stages to continue on the legend stage, so we are able to get the Evo items that we do indeed need for obviously Ichigo, which is right here. We need to get 15 of these, I believe, or 12. So we have to do this quite a few times, and I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty difficult. As you can see, 9 clears already. That was because when I was trying to get him for Aizen, but obviously we need to go ahead and get him for this one. And then once we go ahead and get both of these units, we kind of have every meta unit that you don't have to go ahead and do a stage or anything else for, and we are getting one step closer to becoming that pro. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump on into these legend stages, because it's boring, guys. Okay, it's just stages over and over again, me doing it until I get the 12. Okay, hopefully I get 3 every time, but knowing my luck, I'll probably end up getting 1 and having to do the stage many times. As you can see, last time I only needed 12 and I had to do it 9 times. Okay, you guys can do the math. The luck is pretty bad. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into this now, and I'll get back to you guys once I have all of the Evo items that are required to go ahead and evolve him. I got myself a little bit distracted, but as you can see, we went ahead and did a extra 10 runs. Like I said, my luck is absolutely terrible. You get 1 to 3 each time, and that means from that maths I got like 2 in 2 of the runs and then 1 every single other time, okay? But we went ahead and got the 12, and then we also went ahead and jumped on into an infinite, and I just left it AFK while I went ahead and did some things because I was getting early access to a game that I may be posting and maybe not. Right now it's gonna looking a bit rocky, but hey, more information on that if you guys subscribe, and you know, you might be able to see early access of a new anime game coming to Roblox, okay? But like I said, we're gonna run on over here, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and transfer some stats over to Ichigo, because Ichigo is gonna be one I'm actually gonna go ahead and use. But to be honest, the other guy, I don't really think I'm gonna use him much, but I feel like I should get him just in case. But what we're gonna do is, okay, so to keep, we need to go ahead and select Ichigo over here. And then to transfer, we need to go ahead and select Medusa, and then we're just going to go ahead and click on all of them. I do have a lot of gold, but let me know down in the comments, guys, what type of tutorials you guys need, because obviously doing a noob to pro means I will probably most likely know every single best way to go ahead and do everything. I will most likely do a traits video, and then I'll probably do a video just going over every single other currency. But if we go ahead and run on over here, and we go ahead and select our Ichigo over here, he is actually going to be my first character with some Z pluses on this account. I don't actually have any right now, but as you can see, we are well prepared on stars, and also we are well prepared on takedowns and gold. So let's go ahead and evolve him. This really helps with our Aizen. Of course, he needs ascensions, but that is something I can go ahead and do in the future. But there you go, his damage did go up. Like I said, we haven't got the best trait on him, but that is not much of an issue. And then the other guy, just because right now it is currently 2 AM in the morning, and I'm trying to get this video out the day of I am recording this, so I've got around 10 hours to get everything sorted for it. Okay, so we need 2 blue stars. So if we go ahead over here and we go ahead and click, and we go ahead and get ourselves the 2 blues that we do need. Unfortunately, we do not have any we do have worthiness on him. Actually, never mind, let's go ahead and roll our worthiness on him to see if we can at least get him some good stats. Okay, so we got him SAA, but hey, like I said, I'm most unlikely not going to use him unless obviously I need to use him with this element. But like I said, Aizen is already my best for this element. But if we go ahead and evolve him here, obviously his damage is most unlikely looking a lot better than the one for Ichigo. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually just for you guys, because I know you guys do love a bit of gambling. That's why you're probably going to like one of my future videos coming up, is let's go ahead and find ourselves Ichigo, and we are going to roll a couple rerolls on him. Okay, I'm not going to roll too many, but if we get, say, just a legendary trait, I'm going to keep it, because I'm trying to keep my rerolls for if I get someone else. And there we go, we're just going to keep Blitz, and that's kind of what we're going to do right now. And also this guy, I'm going to roll some on him, and we're going to keep Marksman. Okay, because like I said, don't get too greedy in this. Obviously, I'll go over this in further videos of basically just doing an in-depth guide of how I went from kind of like a noob to near enough a pro. Okay, I mean, a lot of it is luck, but there is also strategy to a lot of it as well. But hey, I think I'm going to end the video off here. I think I do have every single meta unit I can possibly get right now. I'll throw it up on screen so you guys can see all the meta units, but these are all the ones that I can get that aren't obtained through portals. Obviously, there is the guy from the banner. There is obviously the secret from the banner. There is also Gogeta from the banner. There is obviously Sunjin Vanguard, which will be coming in a future video, so make sure to stick around for when that does drop. And then there are just some other units, so there is some secrets from legend stages and stuff like that, and also the one from the Rift, which I am not powerful enough to do, so I wouldn't class myself as a pro yet, but we are slowly making our way there. But let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see moving forwards with this. I think I have a video on the way right now, but it may take me some time because I'm trying to get my first Vanguard unit. And yes, as you guys can see, if you guys go ahead and look at summon, it has got something to do with that. But I think I'm going to end the video off here. Like I said, this is kind of just a little kind of like filler one, but to still show you guys a little bit of my progress. But like I said, there's not really much I could do right now except for grind for the very, very hard stuff. Or, you know, just try and grind trait rerolls and just reroll better stats. That's kind of all I can do right now. There's not really much else I can do until obviously a new update drops, or I try and do things like world lines or tournaments. But like I said, I'm probably going to end the video off here, but it has been said, and thank you guys so much for the recent support on the channel. Like I said, we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. So if you guys can subscribe, like I said, it is free and it does put a big smile on my face. Like I said, it's always been a dream of mine. But enough of my yapping. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. You get a cookie, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and ka-ciao.